I don't know if you saw this video, but I thought it was brilliant. It was lots of black MPs from across the Labour Party and the Conservative Party. You know, you would never see Kwasi Kwarteng and Diane Abbott sort of coming together, but there they were saying, look, we've got our political differences, but on this, we agree, get the vaccine. Would you like to see more of that kind of working?
Oh, spot on. Why don't we work together on mental health? Why don't we work together on social care? Why don't we work together to address the digital inequality we've seen during this pandemic? The Standard's got this great campaign in relation to young people's mental ill health. We should be working together on those issues. We're going to work together on recovery. I mean, you know, I've just finished reading John Bew's biography of Clem Attlee. It's called Citizen Clem. And what was remarkable, Ayesha, was during the Second World War, Churchill asked Attlee to be in his cabinet. Now, sure, you had some tribal Labour people saying, what are you doing? You know, Ernie Bevin, Clem Attlee were called traitors, and those cries we know well of betrayal for working with Churchill in the war effort. But they also, during the war, were planning for the recovery. And one of the things that I'm lobbying the government to do is, for goodness sake, work with me and work with us to plan for our recovery. Because if we're not careful, we could have this awful pandemic leading to the deepest recession we've seen in a generation. What we can't afford to have is go from a health crisis to an economic crisis. And so you're spot on. And you know, what some of your viewers and the readers of the Standard may not realise is, actually, you know, whether you're a Tory politician or a Labour one, the reason why you stand up to be counted is because you want to serve the public. You believe in public service. We may disagree about some of the means, but that we can discuss that, but we should try and at least agree on the ends. And so I'm looking forward to more of that cross-party work. And it was lovely. You know, who would have thought, and we both love her and admire her, that Diane Abbott would be, in inverted commas, sharing a platform, a virtual platform with members of the Conservative cabinet. And it's great. It's great to see.
Do you think the Prime Minister should think more about that? You know, a lot of people look at Prime Minister's questions. They see Keir Starmer and the Prime Minister squabbling, and I know the Labour Party is trying to be constructive, but they are also criticising. Would this be the time to maybe do something a bit different? We have got this milestone, you know, a lot of people have lost loved ones. Would this be the time for maybe sort of top politicians in the country to come together?
It would be, but to do that takes a huge amount of confidence in your ability, takes vision. It takes a sense of skill set that Boris Johnson hasn't got. Boris Johnson could have surrounded himself with highly qualified, experienced Conservatives to sit in his cabinet. He didn't do that. He chose yes men. You look at the quality of Conservative MPs in Parliament who aren't in the cabinet. So if Johnson lacks the confidence to have competent, experienced Tories in his cabinet, you can see why he's petrified at the idea of having Labour politicians working with him. What he should have done was to have regular meetings with Cobra where he invites Mayor Andy Burnham, myself, the mayors of Liverpool and Birmingham and elsewhere, working together in the national interest. What he should have done was ask Keir Starmer to be working with him in the national interest. And I think it's a sign of weakness, not strength, to be tribal. And we saw what happened last year with Dominic Cummings. And I think, unfortunately, Ayesha, we've not got that sort of leader to bring people together. And although there may be individual members of cabinet who are confident and collegiate, Matt Hancock, good example. He's been really good working with us in relation to, lockdown, in relation to what help we receive as a city. Nadine's been great in relation to run out of vaccine. And that's the sort of stuff you want to see more and more taking place. And so, yes, really good to see black MPs from the Tory party and the Labour party. Yes, different sides of the chamber working together, dealing with this pandemic and the vaccine. But I just don't think Johnson's got the strength of character to do that.